That belongs in a museum.
Already used one equality. Second one looks fantastic here to just continue to force action from Strifecro. Is this a set the true silver turn just for mana considerations?
Yeah, I think so. You got enough value of that Light to Justice already. It was really just there to add the extra damage for when you used equality.
Oh, second Ice Lance. 12,
Still,
15. It's 23 damage at the moment. Pings off the War Leader.
Still not enough burst. Not even close to enough burst. For both players. So it's just a stalemate for now.
Yeah, but Antique-Healbot gets drawn. I think that Antique-Healbot may have given Scrom a pretty big lead at this point. You know, the fact that Strifecro isn't playing the Archmage Antonidas version, it means that if he gets a big burn turn off, he doesn't just have a bunch of extra burn spells in his hand to follow up with afterwards. You know, this Freeze Mage deck, you hear about how the Archmage versions even operate on limited damage. The Torch versions operate on an even more limited amount of damage because it's torches and the natural draws afterwards. Scrom going to go ahead and just draw more cards, looking for that second Bluegill Warrior, looking for that second Murloc War Leader. Wants to get this pressure high and keep going. I'm not sure he needs to do that at this point. Oh, Pyroblast for Strifecro. That's now 35 points of damage that he's got over the next couple of turns.
Yeah, but can you go for it? You know that Scrom has drawn so much. He's got Antique-Healbot. He still has True Silver Champion as well. He can get back to 30 this turn. And not only get back to 30, but he's got 8 damage on board. The True Silver Champion would be another 4, so he could put Strifecro down to 8 and heal back up to full.
Yeah, I think this is the turn Strifecro had to go for it. And a lot of that's based on the fact that he's seen 2 Lay on Hands and an Antique-Healbot already. Like, that last Antique-Healbot and that True Silver Champion is the last healing left in Scrom's deck. And if Strifecro's going to make the push, I think he realizes he needs to draw a little bit more damage. And that Pyroblast, I think, was like kind of the tipping point for it. Like, I have to do something. I have to do it now. I'm under a lot of pressure. I have to eventually cast all these mana worth of cards in my hand. I think this is just it. Alexstrasza gets drawn afterwards. 15 points of damage from Strifecro. That is a huge draw right now. And Scrom can pop his Ice Block, but Strifecro's got a second copy in hand and all the burn in the world.
That's not even just a huge draw. That's the draw. That's the key draw that he needed to win. I feel like if Alexstrasza wasn't his next card, or the card for the turn after, then he was going to lose this game.
Strifecro doesn't...
But Scientist, which is good, but got to cycle once from Acolyte of Pain and no Arcane Intellect until after he had already drawn through more than half of his deck. He was stuck with AoE for a long time and had Alexstrasza late and still found a way to win because Murloc Paladin gives so much time over to whoever's going to play. So Scrom's going to do his best here, but there's absolutely, unless he snuck a Loatheb into his deck somehow, even then I'd still think he'd would succumb to the pressure just because of the Ice Block alone. The second Ice Block in the hand, so...
Yeah, that's going to do it. Wow, what a draw from Strifecro. He's going to take a 2-1 lead here. You know, sometimes you just got to get lucky.
Sometimes.
Unbelievable. But, you know, I don't even think Scrom necessarily would have won this game if he held on to his healing. Like, maybe if he had 2 Antique-Healbots in his hand that turn, something would have gotten done. But you notice the Antique-Healbots actually, they provided some pressure for him this game. And the other thing is he wouldn't have had this much damage in hand had he not actually drawn cards from his